Hey everybody, welcome back to Hearthstone Arena Northernlion's Den. We are back with the worst warrior deck of all time that basically when I was building it, I was like, this is really bad, this is horrible, and things are not going to go very well for me. Here we are 4-1, eating my own words to a certain extent. Now, of course, it'd be fairly easy for us to go 4-3, and that would be a little bit disappointing, and, you know, I guess overall, given my position right now, I would be disappointed with that, but I fully expected to go like 1-3, maybe 0-3. With this warrior deck. I'm interested to see how we stack up to some of these good guys that we're going to be playing against now. Not to say that the people that I've been playing against so far have been terrible. I think we keep Heroic Strike just to allow us to get something off the field soon if he plays like an amazing card right off the bat, which priests normally do not do. We get rid of Charge and Spiteful Smith. This gives us a turn 2 play if necessary. Ah, now we have Fairy Dragon, which is much better actually. And is it just, I've gone first like the last 3,000 games in a row. Okay, Worgen Infiltrator goes out first. This is a very good turn 1 play. It usually trades up for a 2-mana card. Unless there's a 3-2, in which case it does nothing. But, sorry, a 2-3, in which case it does nothing. What's he going to do with 2 mana here? He used his coin to play an Amani Berserker. That was a pretty good play. I'm thinking that I could do Heroic Strike here and just kill Amani Berserker. Amani Berserker is a very good card. That's a 1-for-1. I kind of like it, in all honesty. I know that this is, it might seem like a little bit of a waste. I think it's pretty good, though. So we do that, we take some damage, and then we end our turn. My apologies. I'm sorry that happened. Yeah, you think you can out-apologize a Canadian here? I don't think so. And actually, you know what? Oh, geez, this guy, he's gonna get squelched. This is a pretty good counter to what I put out there, because I don't want to use my Fairy Dragon in this situation, because he's gonna get an ideal trade, I think. That's the way I feel about it right now. Although, if I use Fairy Dragon and he swaps... but he still has that 1-1 out there, which is annoying. It's a weird one. I don't want to play Youthful Brewmaster, because I don't want to bring Worgen Infiltrator back into my hand, but I guess I could just put it back out there and it wouldn't be a big deal. This is a tough one. I honestly don't know. Maybe we armor up and then... I wouldn't even armor up. Maybe we just relax for a turn and then we play Arathi Weaponsmith. We can give it a charge and we also get the weapon. And maybe later we can use Youthful Brewmaster to bring it back. I don't know. It's weird. Let's just end our turn now. I know that seems like a weird play. Perhaps this is like War Games, though. The only winning move is not to play. Alright, so he's got Raging Worgen. He's apparently got all of the Worgen cards, which scares the bejesus out of me. Molten Giant is actually becoming more useful than it ever was in that Druid game. So I think we use Arathi Weaponsmith, give ourselves the weapon. We charge Arathi Weaponsmith, and we say, fuck you, and you die. And with our weapon, I'm very confused about how to handle this. I'm not that concerned about killing the Murloc Tidehunter. Maybe I should, though. We'll just get it off the board and make things a little simpler. I don't know. I'm not thrilled with the way this game is going so far, but this is okay. Obviously, I didn't get the extra value out of resummoning the Youthful Brewmaster, but I think I did okay for myself regardless. And he's got, like, the perfect cards to make my weapon and Worgen Infiltrator absolutely fucking garbage. Now... for 2 mana, I can deal 2 damage with Shield Slam. It's not very good. It's not very good at all. I mean, a possible play that I have here is, I think I summon Fairy Dragon here. And then I armor up. And the reason is to, hopefully he swaps for creatures next turn, and this makes Shield Slam better so I can get like 4 damage for the mana or something like that. I'm very displeased with the way this is going so far, though. I would love to draw a Sunwalker on the next turn. I expected that to happen. A Cleave would be amazing here. Oh, I forgot about that part. Yes. We can still kill that creature this turn. Wow, this guy's doing some nasty stuff. There's a 2/7 creature now. 2/6, sorry. I guess it could be 2/7 if it gets healed. Since he's not actually hurt, Battle Rage is kind of worthless here. This is an effed up situation. Okay, I think one thing we do, we armor up again, Shield Slam, and just hit him. So we do that. That's easy enough. And we lose 2 armor, but that's still okay. And I'm tempted to Battle Rage What I could actually do here is attack him directly, then he becomes wounded, Youthful Brewmaster, pull him back into my hand, and then Battle Rage, and I get 2 cards instead of 1. I kind of like this a little bit. Cleave is actually pretty valuable in this situation. I'm an idiot. Why did I only draw 1 card there? Draw a card for each damaged character. I'm damaged. He's damaged. We're both damaged. We're damaged goods here, man. I think that, well, that was obviously a gross misplay. Then again, I am playing against my own cat here, according to his username. Molten Giant is now playable, and I could give it charge. So this is, we're going for broke here. Molten Giant comes out. Please, no, like, Shadow Word deaths. And we cleave the shit out of you guys. Okay? As expected. Charge your butt, and then hit you real hard. Okay. So this is where we're going for broke here. If this Molten Giant gets wiped out, I'm effed and I lose this game. I think I've misplayed grossly here, and I apologize for that, but yeah, there you go. Had to happen. Yeah, I think I misplayed for sure, and there's no need to apologize for that because nobody's getting hurt here, but I think this Priest just has a deck that is, like, entirely, completely okay with fucking me up, and that's okay. Shit happens sometimes. I expect a bunch of Shadow Word Pains to come out here, or Shadow Word. Shadow Word Death is like 5 or above attack. Shadow Word Pain is 3 or below. So this guy can get Shadow Word Pain, but Chillwind Yeti is immune, I think. Core Hound, frustrating. Very difficult card in this situation. Usually it's pretty terrible. Thrallmar Farseer is not going to do too much for me. He's not going to do anything for me. I think we throw him out there, and we have to get that Core Hound off the field, otherwise we just lose, so... As much as I dislike doing this, I think we have to. We traded 4 and 2 mana for a 7 mana, but it's more the 2 cards thing that's the problem. I should have armored up there. Okay, just relax. I'm playing too fast. This one is probably spiraled out of control already. But we can still recoup, and don't throw 2 games away for no reason, basically. Oh shit, man. He's going to have a 6/12 Temple Enforcer. That's going to be a problem. Not to mention the Murloc is like a 1/4 now, but anyway. Okay, draw a card. Could be pretty valuable. Let's see what we get out of that. Crazed Alchemist. I can make him a 12/6. That doesn't do too much for me. I don't like it very much. Okay, we'll swap. We're not going to swap the Wind Fury creature. We're going to swap this guy. And my reason for that is just I have to swap somebody. You know, let's actually swap the Murloc, and then I'm such an idiot. I'm such a goddamn idiot. I forgot that Novice Engineer had Summoning Sickness, so we'll trade you for you, and then we lose. Okay, misplays galore here. I think even without the misplays, I was in a very terrible situation, but I am getting flustered now and making some bad mistakes, so I throw myself upon the mercy of the YouTube court. If he had an Inner Fire, I would probably be dead. That taunt is going to be very difficult to deal with. Silverhand Knight is going to be a problem. We could get exceptionally lucky with a battle, mind control tech. Yeah, I mean, you're right. He is absolutely right. The light shall burn me. I am being burned as we speak. So I think I lose for sure on this turn. I don't even have to run the math. I'll just let him go through whatever cutesy bullshit he tries to do on his last turn, and that's fine. Maybe he'll just try to kill me directly, which he can do easily. Got my ass kicked there. That was a situation where things went pretty terribly right from the get-go. That's fine, though. You know, that's going to happen from time to time. We're 4 and 2 on this deck, which is still substantially better than I anticipated it would ever be. Considering that I wanted to build this deck around the possibility of drawing a bunch of weapon cards, Fiery War Axe, Arcanite Reaper, and Gorehowl, and they just never showed up. Luckily, I only took 1 Spiteful Smith, but anyway... That was pretty nasty. It was a bloodbath. And we're going up against a Mage, which doesn't make me feel very good about things, because Mage is my favorite class, and I consider it to be pretty goddamn powerful. I think, no doubt, we mulligan both of those. I'm going to mulligan the charge, too. I can always coin Youthful Brewmaster, which is not amazing, but it's something. Now I want Charge Emperor Cobra, obviously, but... we'll see what we draw on our first turn. Let me see what he does on his first turn. Arcane Missiles? Oh, Mana Worm. Fuck off. Oh, Mana Worm is so annoying. We get coin, slam, draw a card. I think it's pretty bad. We've got to take out this Mana Worm, so I'm going to coin Youthful Brewmaster and hope that I don't die. I could pretty easily die if he does like Arcane Missiles. Then this, and this takes 2 hits. This becomes a 3/3. Oh, sorry, a 2/3. He could cast 2 Arcane Missiles. That'd be an issue. Mirror Image. That's a spell. So that's gonna make this thing pretty good. He's probably gonna hit me directly now. Yep. We can still kill his creature. Maybe. Maybe not, actually. Now that I think about it. Oh, fuck me. Okay, so it's gonna be one of those decks. He's probably thinking that he should have put that Mana Worm out there earlier, which is true. So this is scary. But what we do is we slam this guy to draw a card, because we need like a cleave or something. And then we just start taking out the taunts. So he might tap himself out pretty early here. But, you know, getting these Mana Worms out there, if he has a very spell-heavy mage deck, is a real fucking problem for me. So, a cleave is really valuable here. Oh, no. Frostbolt, I am dead, and now he has a 3/1 and a 2/3. And this is where I start to get pretty concerned. He has 1 mana left. What does he do? Jack shit. That's better for me than it could have been. Well, it seems likely that Emperor Cobra is the right play. I worry that he would just attack me with some kind of spell and be incredibly strong, but we've got to put out something. It's funny, I heard Kriparian on the Value Town podcast talk about like how he lost on turn 4 to a mage that dropped 2 Mana Worms and then just cast a bunch of Arcane Missiles and very cheap spells to buff them up, which is what I am very concerned about now. So he'll swap Wolf Rider for this. Basically, he's just... Wolf Rider might as well be a spell in this situation, except it doesn't buff his creatures. This is not good. In fact, it is very, very not good. What do we got here? Charge. Not useful enough? Maybe. Is it worth giving Chillwind Yeti charge? I think so, to get the taunt off the field and hope that he has to like burn a polymorph or something. Even if he does use polymorph, I can still kill this one if he doesn't attack me. I don't like this, though. Then we throw out our own taunt. And I'm guessing, you know, once we get him low, he's going to be tapped out. But you never know with a mage, right? Like, he could just attack me directly here, and then he has 2 Pyroblasts that he's just waiting till turn 10 to use. So he's going to cast a Fireball. Okay. These are now going to become 4/1 and 3/3. This is, I'm feeling like I'm getting scummed out a little bit here. I could be dead on the next turn, quite conceivably. A Fireball would do it. Is Arathi Weaponsmith the right play here? We're gonna do it, and hope that it works out for the best. Gotta kill this guy. I take the damage regardless. I'm pretty sure I might just end up losing on this turn. This is an incredibly annoying deck for sure. The good news is, you know, if he doesn't have the spells that do direct damage, which he probably does, I can just armor up and possibly even pull myself out of this. Frost Nova. Okay, then he attacks me directly for sure. And do I live... Is there any way I live through this? I could Heroic Strike and kill this guy, but I'll die in the process. This is fucked up, man. Molten Giant. Okay, well, Molten Giant has to go out. And then you might be saying, like, oh, you should use, like, Heroic Strike or something like that. I disagree. I think we have to armor up, but I also have to throw out a taunt. Ooh, this is so fucked up, though. I have to get a taunt out there, so let's put Booty Bay Bodyguard out there. If he has 1 damage, he can kill me with his hero power. Either way, he can kill me with his hero power next turn. There is a very small, nigh imperceptible chance that I can maybe make this work. No, he actually kills me directly on this turn. Well, fucking played. What can I say? I got trounced twice in a row. That was like 2 30 and 0s. So we're gonna go out on this deck. If only I had some way to get a Fiery War Axe or something like that. You know, one of the most common warrior weapon cards. That's probably like the fastest I've ever bowed out after things have gone reasonably well before that. But that was a terrible deck in my opinion. Anyway, 4 and 3 is not so bad. If you're gonna lose, might as well get it over with quickly, I guess. Oh, did I see like I thought I saw like an epic drop or something. No, I just got a bunch of Arcane Dust and a card pack. That's terrible. So I'm gonna have to buy my way back into the arena here. But first we'll open up our packs, and we'll drop that in there, and hopefully we'll get something that makes me feel a little bit better about myself. I see one rare. Alright, fitting. Scavenging Hyena is pretty good, though. I mean, it's obviously a staple in a lot of Hunter decks, but I didn't have it before, so my constructed Hunter deck was pretty bad. Anyway, let's buy our way back into the arena here, and we'll see who we are going to be up against now. So I'm going to have to pay real money. I'll pay now, and I'll type in my password. Don't look at it! Oh, I typed it in wrong. Let's try it again. Is that right? We'll see. Blizzard, come on, don't let me down! This would be pretty embarrassing if I lost the game of remembering my own password. Admittedly, it has been a little while since I've entered my password into Battle.net for authorization here. In fact, apparently it may be impossible for me to actually make this work. But I will sit here and I'll sip my water and wait for the authorization to come in. Sorry, sir, it appears you're too bad at Hearthstone. I have a choice here between Rexar the Hunter, Valera Sanguinar the Rogue, Malfurion Stormrage the Druid. I'm going to take the Hunter. I can't not take a Hunter when it shows up. I think I play best as a Hunter, and I have a lot of fun with it. So, let's start with our deck drafting here. Not necessarily my strongest skill, but Emperor Cobra I think is okay, but because I don't have charge cards, I don't value it as much as maybe I would have in that previous Warrior deck, so I would, you know, you could get like all beasts have charge, and this card is a beast, which actually makes it very good in a Hunter deck, I suppose. You know what, maybe we will go with this as a result of that, but I was thinking very strongly about going with Gadgets and Auctioneer, but we'll take Emperor Cobra instead because it's a beast. All three of these are very good, I think, but Starving Buzzard is the best because it synergizes with beast cards. Starving Buzzard. 2 Starving Buzzards is about where I want to be in my deck. Okay, so now let's start getting some real cards. Shield Bearer, I think, is horrible. I actually did not know this was a common card, which is me being ignorant, I guess. Booty Bay Bodyguard, a fine taunt card as well. Although, honestly, for 4 mana, I'm okay with the 3/5 Sen'jin Shield Master. And Dark Iron Dwarf, 4/4 for 4 mana, and an awesome Battle Cry. I take Dark Iron Dwarf here. I think this is a card that most people consider to have very strong value. Now, Wisp, really bad. Murloc Raider, I can't rely on a Murloc deck, and a 2/1 drop. You know, compare this to like a Worgen Infiltrator, which is stealth, but exactly the same stats. I gotta go with Frost Elemental here. The Battle Cry is pretty good. Multi-Shot, very strong. Frostwolf Grunt, I do not like very much, and Gnomish Inventor, I think it's okay, but Multi-Shot I think is way better. We have Arcane Shot, Novice Engineer, and Tracking. Truth be told, I actually like all 3 of these cards. I think Tracking in particular is, if you go first, Tracking is awesome, because if your mulligans suck, then you can just pick up like a 2-mana drop, but you are basically trading a card for a card, and 1 mana. Novice Engineer gives you a card draw, which is pretty good, and Arcane Shot is deal 2 damage for 1 mana, which can help you deal with your opponent's 2-drop. I'm going to take Arcane Shot here out of all of these, as much as I probably would have gone with Novice Engineer second. Scavenging Hyena, absolutely. It gets buffed when beasts die, so we will take that. Now it's a tough call. I honestly think we take a 3rd Starving Buzzard, because it's Arena and that's silly, and also because I do not respect Reckless Rocketeer or the Archmage, really. So, sure, 3 Starving Buzzards, but no more, that's it! So we have Mana Wraith, which I think is terrible. We have Murloc Tidecaller, which is good in a Murloc deck, but otherwise pretty bad. And Misdirection. When a character attacks your hero, instead he attacks another random character. This strikes me as a spell that could actually be really bad. He could end up attacking himself, which is good, but he could also end up attacking one of my creatures I don't want him to attack, but that's pretty rare. If we assume that the opponent acts ideally, he will probably drop that... He'll probably only attack the hero when there's creatures on the board that he either can't kill or doesn't want to attack. So I guess Misdirection will take, only because the other cards are pretty terrible. Ironfur Grizzly is a beast card. Are we going to go full beast on this, or are we going to maybe take Hunter's Mark, which I consider to be a very useful card in its own right? It's a tough call. I already have a lot of beasts, and we'll probably get more. We're only on turn 10. I'll take Hunter's Mark here, because it's not bugged anymore. Deadly Shot is very good. Now, we also have a weapon here. Oh, there's a lot of good choices here, actually. Explosive Shot is crazy good. Deal 5 damage to a minion and 2 damage to adjacent ones. That's basically 9 damage for 5 mana. But Eaglehorn Bow is really useful as well, and I really have a preference towards weapons. So I'm going to take Eaglehorn Bow and hope that Explosive Shot shows up later. Explosive Trap is a very good card. I will take this over the Bloodfen Raptor or the Stranglethorn Tiger, even though they are beasts. Scavenging Hyena. You know, I think we could do a lot worse than having a second Scavenging Hyena. And Multi-Shot, I think, is a fantastic card as well. But we'll take a second Scavenging Hyena here. All of these cards are pretty bad. If I have to go with these, I guess I will go with the question is, what's the better battle cry, I guess. I'm probably not going to take the Archmage. So we either go Cobalt Geomancer, but I already have so many 2-drops, or Ironforge Rifleman. And I think I would go with Cobalt Geomancer only because it makes cards like Multi-Shot better. But it's pretty awful. And the battle cry could be really good. I'm going to go with Ironforge Rifleman, even though I think it's bad. I don't play it enough, so it should be funny. Deadly Shot, I think we take a second one of those. Shadowed Sun Cleric is a pretty good... It's a very good drop, let's be honest. But I already have very low mana cards and creatures in this area. So Houndmaster, I think, is awesome. Give a friendly beast +2/+2 and taunt. Tundra Rhino, not so much. And Snipe can be very useful. 2 mana for 4 damage, but it doesn't give us control over who we hit. It's usually probably useful, but I think Houndmaster is a little better here. And we do not have 2 multi-shots, we have 1 multi-shot. This is a more or less no-brainer choice, even though I really like Fen Creeper. If it was a beast, I might be a little bit more tempted. Out of all of these, I think we more or less have to go with the Azure Drake. Reason for this is Light Warden, very good in a priest deck, or if you have like a ton of Voodoo Doctors or Priestess of Elune or something. Mind Control Tech, situational, 3 for 3/3 is not horrible, I guess, but we have to wait until he has board control to get the battle cry to work, and this very rarely worked out for me in that warrior deck, as you saw. Azure Drake fills a 5-mana hole here that we have and gives us the spell damage, maybe meaningful, maybe not. It can make multi-shot very good, and we get a card draw, so I think it's all right. We have another Deadly Shot. I don't think we need another Deadly Shot at this point. I'm tempted. I think I should go Stranglethorn Tiger. It's a beast. It's 5/5. And I don't know if you can have too many multi-shots, honestly, but you might be nice to have a kill command as well. So let's go with kill command. That is 5 damage if we have a beast out. We have a Jungle Panther. I think we take another multi-shot now, quite frankly. I was very close to doing it before. As much as I would love to take another Houndmaster, I think in this case we go with a War Golem because we have nothing at the upper end of our deck. And if the game ends up going very long, we're going to need something at the end of our deck. Do we really want 4 multi-shots? I think at that point, that might be a little much. But is it better than... Raging Worgen might actually be better. Maybe? I don't know. Why don't we take it? It'll mix up our deck a little bit as opposed to just being multi-shots and shitty beasts. Okay, so we have an interesting choice here. I think we have no taunt in our deck. Unleash the Hounds, if you're going... How many beasts do we have? We have 5, 6... 7 out of 30. I would rather take... I mean, Spellbreaker's really good, obviously, for the silence. But Booty Bay Bodyguard, we don't have any taunt. I don't think taunt's particularly that useful, but it can be situationally. Silence is oftentimes very useful. Let's go with Booty Bay Bodyguard, though. That was a tough call, and it might be a big mistake, but we'll see. I think another kill command couldn't hurt compared to the other cards. I don't think there's anything necessarily wrong with taking a Leper Gnome here. It could be nice to have a more than 1 mana card, but what are the odds that we even pick it up? Like 3 or 4 out of 30 plus the mulligans? Not very strong. Maybe instead we go Raging Worgen again. I don't know. And we're on card 28, and I'm a little scared here. We really want like a 3rd Scavenging Hyena? Fuck yeah, we do. We're going balls deep on this. Okay. Hungry Crab is useless here. Big Game Hunter is the only card that has value for us. Blood Knight, unless we play a Paladin, is probably not going to be worth anything. So we'll take Big Game Hunter. This is the fastest deck we will probably ever play in Hearthstone. We have 1 card that is 7 mana, 1 card that is 6 mana, and like 2 cards that are 5 mana. But we also have the dumbest amount of card draw ever if we draw Starving Buzzards, and you know, we can get super buff Scavenging Hyenas after beasts start dying. I don't want any of these. We have to mulligan very aggressively to get a Starving Buzzard and hopefully a Hyena as well right off the bat. So, I think you start with the Buzzard if you have the choice between them. I don't like this too much. I wish we had more cards. But we will coin into Buzzard for sure. Worgens aren't beasts, which is... There's got to be at some point they're planning on adding like an expansion to make like a Worgen deck, right? We'll see. Anyway, Deadly Shot. Not so great.
Greetings, traveler.
So, we don't have another beast in our hand, but I can, you know, reasonably assume that one will show up eventually. He may just, like, slam immediately here. We have so much control over the board, though. 0 mana Hunter's Mark. I don't, like, this seems way overpowered to me. Okay, that's a pretty good trade, honestly. Or, like, a pretty good play from him, I should say. And here... I guess, unfortunately, in this situation, we just do damage to him directly. I would love to keep the Buzzard alive because it's more valuable than the Owl. He'll probably trade 1 for 1. That was a very good use of the Ironbeak. Not Ironbeak. It is Ironbeak. Ironbeak Owl. Wow. You don't see the Silverbark Patriarch too much because it's pretty awful, but, you know, more power to him, I guess. We have a Houndmaster. It's weird that we haven't drawn very many beasts at all right at the start here. But we'll play our Raging Worgen and hope that he does not draw like a Fiery War Axe. Because with Raging Worgen, we can absolutely kill the Silverback Patriarch and still be alive, which I think is why Silverback Patriarch might be a terrible card. Arathi Weaponsmith is pretty annoying. He's going to hit me directly, which I probably would have saved that, but, you know, I'm no warrior expert, as you are aware. We have a second Raging Worgen. Multi-shot seems pretty okay here. And the reason I think so is because we get to do damage to him as well, very easily. But then we don't get to summon anything else. He cleaves us and puts down a creature. Yeah, okay, it's a little scary. I think multi-shot is still the best play here. And then we hit him, and then we get another attack as a result of it. We become a 4/2 creature, and then we end our turn. So this is a very fast game right now. Once he starts armoring up, it might be a little scarier. He has to hit me, right? Like that's got to happen like that. This is a very important turn for him to see what he does in the meantime. I don't have like mid to late game creatures right now, so every time one of these guys dies, that's a major concern for me. He's got cards. Let's see what he does with them. Frostwolf Grunt. Lots of taunt in this deck, I think. Okay. He's got to hit me. Oh my god, I would not have expected that. Let's put it that way. Eaglehorn Bow, and then we have 2 mana left. Maybe Eaglehorn Bow the taunt. And then we do... I guess we're rushing him down. That's what we're doing. We could also, like... I don't know. Eaglehorn Bow, hit him, and then... next turn, multi-shot, but we've got to kill the taunt anyway, so we might as well. Let's do this. And we hit the taunts, we take damage, but we also do a lot of damage to him like so, and like so. Alright. So this is how this game's going to go, and probably how every game is going to go. It's worth noting that also, like, this isn't far from an ideal hand for me to have at this point. I have 6 Starving Buzzards and Scavenging Hyenas total, and I've picked up 1 of them. So there's like a 1 in 4 chance that I draw those cards now. Those cards aren't worth too much in the late game. Oh, Arcanite Reaper is a scary card. Luckily not great durability. That's a pretty good use of Dread Corsair, honestly. But again, with multi-shot, we just clear it out, and then we can do damage directly to him. Is it even worth using multi-shot here, though? Probably not. I think we do Raging Worgen, hit the taunts. We don't have a beast. Okay, so this is going to come down to the wire. So we just hit him directly. And by down to the wire, I mean, you know, it's going to move real fast, but still. And I think we Deadly Shot here and force him to hit the Worgen if he wants to. Sure. Sure. Because I don't want to trade 1 for 1 with that Scarlet Crusader. So, you know, by all means, use your Arcanite Reaper to kill me, and we'll see how this shakes out in the end. If I just draw cheap beast cards, kill commands can do 10 damage combined. I like this because we both have, like, exactly the same philosophy of deck construction, apparently. That is a little scary. So he's going to get a card draw out of Slam. That tells me that he probably will hit me directly with Arcanite Reaper. Okay. I probably would not have used an execute like that, but who am I to say, because it looks like I'm in a weird spot here. But with more cards and a very small difference in health, relatively, I feel okay. Draw a beast. That's a good beast. That's good enough anyway. So we will make our Starving Buzzard now the strongest card in the world, and see what he chooses to do from this point onwards. Now, Kill Command is worth 5 damage. I would probably rather use this to take an awesome creature off the board, but I don't need to. Okay, so he's going to start armoring up, as anticipated, but with Hunter's Mark and Multi-Shot, I may not have to use Kill Command to damage an enemy. The fact that he's concerned about what to play right now does make me feel a little bit better. So you have spells or creatures? It's a terrible creature. Basically, he just gave me a free card. I mean, he gave me a free card by putting it in his deck, more or less, but... Ironforge Rifleman, deal 1 damage. There's no point in using this on the Alarmabot. But, so we'll use it on this directly. And, you know, why not do this? And then we'll just do this as well. So I'm feeling like I'm getting control over the board again. Ironforge Rifleman is a pretty bad card, in my opinion. But maybe it's better if you get it early, I guess. You can take out like a 1-mana card. Brawl. I expected a Brawl to come out at some point. And it's actually very bad for me. I want the Buzzard to live, obviously. But what lives? The Houndmaster. Okay. Sure. And we'll see what his answer is after this. Blood Knight. We will probably Kill Command it. And we'll drop an Explosive Trap. So, oh, whoops. This is not the ideal use of Kill Command. That should be pretty obvious. And now we'll start doing damage to him directly, and this is where the very quick march towards potential death happens. We're at turn 10. I have no fucking creatures. That's awful. Explosive Trap does 2 damage to all enemies. Alright. His armor can compensate for that, obviously, but it's more useful to take out creatures. This is what I was hoping for. Does he really have no creatures in his hand? Like, I refuse to believe that, but we'll see. This is a weird game, and it hasn't moved as fast as I thought it would. We kind of reached the mid-game and then started, you know, having to scale back a little bit because we spent so many cards in the early game. I can kill him on the next turn. That should be obvious. Man, okay. Loot Hoarder and some golden? Oh, charge. What's he going to do with that? Okay, well, he's going to do that because he needs the card draw, I guess, is what. Otherwise, he's going to lose. Execute, okay. That doesn't concern me too much. What's his other card, though? That's annoying. That is very annoying. The good news is that... Okay, the creature's pretty important, maybe. Hunter's Mark is, like, not worth using here. I'd rather just have him... We'll see what he does with it, basically. And we'll hit him directly, like so. I don't think there's any reason to change his health to 1. I don't know, this is weird, man. Ideally, he kills my Houndmaster on this turn, and then summons a creature with, like, 3 health, and then I multi-shot it, and life's good. That's basically what I would have wanted to have happened. Now, is he going to Explosive Trap or take out the Houndmaster? It's got to be the Houndmaster. Yes, okay. And again, I still have Explosive Trap to defend me, but... okay, multi-shot comes out, obviously. Then Dark Iron Dwarf, that buffs up our Hyena. And we're now, again, 1 turn away from his inevitable death. And with Explosive Trap, it could even happen this turn if he plays like a charge minion and tries to hit me directly. But that would be pretty foolish anyway, unless he got like a King Crush and somehow buffed it. But King Crush is a hunter-only card, so I think I'm going to take the first win here. Tough game, though. Fair enough on him for conceding there. And I like this deck. It's a scary deck, and it's worth noting that we got probably like the worst card... worst hand at the start that we could have possibly expected, and I still managed to pull back and take the win there. So I have a lot of high hopes for how this could work if we get ideal card draws. But in any case, as always, thanks for watching. I apologize for bowing out so unceremoniously on that warrior deck and so quickly as well. But if you enjoyed the video, and I'm assuming you did if you made it this far, make sure to click the like button. It's the easiest way that you can support me. And of course, subscribe if you want to see more daily Hearthstone. As always, thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed the episode, and I'll see you next time.